Understanding the type of introvert you are will help you get more in life, your relationships, career, and goals in life. There are introverted celebrities and entrepreneurs all around the world, just like you, who are incredibly successful. Keanu Reeves, Elon Musk, Meryl Streep, to name a few. There are 4 types of introverts. Which one are you? How does this impact your life, and what important facts can I learn to achieve more in life? Before we go on, let's clarify an important misconception about introversion and the difference with shyness. Being an introvert is not a disorder. Many introverts tend to feel this way, and that's natural, but what you must understand is, your personality, the earlier you embrace it, the better for you. If you have an introverted personality, know that you have unique strengths and advantages others lack. Bill Gates, Beyoncé, Emma Watson, Amy Schumer are introverts. This personality trait has not stopped them from breaking ground and excelling in their chosen goals in life. A study shows that about 25% to 40% of the entire population has an introverted personality. You are perfectly normal and perfect the way you are. Shyness is not the same as introversion, although many people misconstrue an introverted personality as a shy person. Introversion is all about the personality of someone who enjoys being alone with their thoughts and ideas rather than socializing with other people. An introvert has a limited circle of good friends, and they feel uncomfortable in social activities. What are the different types of introverts, and what can you learn to improve your quality of life? The first type, the restrained introvert. This type of introvert tends to think over matters a lot. They are very meticulous with whatever kind of decisions they make. Their decisions are not impulsive. They go for what will benefit them more. As a result, their actions are well thought out. Meryl Streep falls under this category of an introvert. She is thoughtful and wise. While conversing with Michelle Obama, Meryl talked about her personality extensively. She said, "I'm much more of an introvert than my mother. I'm much more inclined to not say anything in public. When I have to be in the spotlight, I think to myself, Mary could do it. It's a good thing to imagine yourself doing something you think you can't. I do that every day because, basically, if I had my way, I just stay home and think about what I'm having for supper." Her introversion has helped her make great decisions in her amazing acting career. What does it mean to you as a restrained introvert? Everyone wants to be cool-headed, calm, and collected. As a restrained introvert, you don't have to struggle to attain these things. It just comes to you naturally. You avoid trouble easily. A restrained introvert hardly gets into trouble because he tries to make the right decisions every time. He thinks about the possible outcome of his action. People with this character are cautious with words and deeds. You are a great decision maker. Anybody who has this type of introversion has a high tendency to become successful because he can act cautiously and independently, and he will be critical in his dealings. The second type, the thinking introvert. A thinking introvert spends much time thinking and often has a creative imagination. They are naturally daydreamers because they envision a lot, and their creative skills are top-notch. Also, they are regarded as quiet geniuses. They find pleasure in creating, telling stories, ideating, and doing their productive stuff. Dr. Manley, a clinical psychologist, said, "A thinking introvert can be an invaluable asset in regards to adding much-needed thoughtfulness and creativity to social settings. Therefore, a thinking introvert might not necessarily have problems with the social gathering, but he relies on his thoughts." The Tesla boss, Elon Musk, is apparently a thinking introvert. It might be incredible that a versatile man like Elon could be an introvert. Jason Demers, CEO of Email Analytics, shared his thoughts about Elon Musk's personality, saying, "It might be strange to think that a man who's been described as the next Steve Jobs was once a reserved, introverted engineer." If you've watched any of Elon Musk's interviews, you will notice that he's not like the regular public speakers. He uses fillers like in between sentences a lot. And while he tweets a lot about his company and innovations, he rarely talks about his private life. What does it mean to you as a thinking introvert? Being a thinking introvert comes with its own incredible benefits. Leadership skills. A thinking introvert will undoubtedly make a great leader because he's endowed with some problem-solving skills. For example, he's critical with his analysis and pays undivided attention while gathering vital information. Creativity. He's highly creative because he thinks and ideates more. Therefore, coming up with brilliant ideas and great results is something a thinking introvert can achieve easily. Originality. A thinking introvert has an independent view. He doesn't get distracted by what is going on around. He gets hardly influenced, as he does only what he feels like. Third type. The anxious introvert. An anxious introvert prefers to be alone, not because he likes it, but because he feels uneasy or shy around people. Such a person will seclude himself in a social event. Dr. Manley said, "The anxious introvert's sensitivity can actually be powerfully helpful in creating subgroups in social gatherings that can even out the general tempo." Emma Watson belongs to this particular type of introvert. She told Rookie some time ago that, "I'm kind of an introverted kind of person just by nature. It's not like a conscious choice that I'm making necessarily. It's genuinely who I am." Emma added, "Coming to realize that about myself was very empowering because I had felt like, oh my God, there must be something wrong with me because I don't want to go out and do what all my friends want to do." What does it mean to you as an anxious introvert? You are not cursed with anxiety as an anxious introvert. It means that you are a tad different from other people and unique. You are more self-aware. You will know your strengths and what you can do. You are less disruptive. While other personalities, extroverts, might be found everywhere, it's hard to judge an anxious introvert as a disruptive fellow. He maintains his space and enjoys his solitude. His life is very simple, and he barely gets involved in delinquencies. And finally, the fourth type, the social introvert. A social introvert is not different from other introverts, as they all prefer to always be alone. In the case of a social introvert, there is a slight difference because he socializes with a few people, family and friends, in a serene environment, not with a crowd in a lousy venue. Most times, a social introvert prefers to stay at home, probably staying glued to a book or her gadgets. These sets of people find it challenging and uncomfortable to mingle with strangers. Speaking of social introverts, the celebrity that came to mind is Keanu Reeves. You might know he's an introvert. From the calmness of his tone, you might have predicted that correctly. Also, he's fond of praising other people rather than taking all the glories for any work. Keanu is often called the internet boyfriend, as he would make time for his fans and help others in need. Some time back, he stopped his car to help Octavia Spencer, an actress. Keanu Reeves is exceptionally quiet. He once expressed his stance about people who questioned his quiet character on Twitter, and he replied, saying, "I hate when people ask me, 'Why are you so quiet?' Because I am. That's how I function. I don't ask others, 'Why do you talk so much?' It's rude." So Keanu is an unapologetic introvert. What does it mean to you as a social introvert? Being a social introvert shouldn't be a slur on your character or personality. It comes with its own superpowers. Let's check out some of these powers. You become a better listener. A social introvert doesn't just listen to reply, he listens to you to get the message you're passing. One important thing about introverts is that they are receptive to information. They pay utmost attention to what you tell them, and they hardly reveal it to a third party. You avoid distractions easily. It is natural for a social introvert to maintain focus amid his people. Hardly will he get distracted, which makes him pay attention to other significant things he has to do, because he will still spend most of his time alone. He can build a quality relationship. According to Adam McHugh in his book titled Introvert in the Church, introverts treasure the close relationships they have stretched so much to make. Therefore, a social introvert always has a quality with the few people they usually relate with. It is quality over quantity for them. They are not good at keeping friends, but the few they manage to keep are always those people of great value. What does it all mean to you as an introvert? Introversion is nothing related to a disorder and is far from shyness. Whichever type of introvert you are, it shouldn't stop you from going after your passion. Remember, this personality holds its own power, which you must maximize to the fullest. Being an introvert of any kind is not a barrier to achieving greatness. So go out there and chase your dreams. We sincerely hope this video helped you. Have a wonderful week. And remember, believe it, feel it, receive it.